Andariki Namaskaram. On this auspicious occasion of the Vasavi Group launching 3 prestigious projects, I don't have to tell you how important Hyderabad is, not just for the country, but for the whole world. Hyderabad is a gifted city. Telangana is a gifted state. It rarely happens that the capital of a state is right in the middle of a state. That way, Hyderabad is fortunate to be in the middle of the newly formed Telangana state. Not only to be in the middle of Telangana state, it's a logistics hub of the country. There are 2 cities in India which are competing for this logistics hub space. One is Hyderabad, the second is Nagpur. These are the 2 cities in the country from where to any part of the country you can reach in less than 2 hours by flight. That's the advantage of Hyderabad. And if we market Hyderabad properly, it can be the logistics hub of the whole world. It can be, as you are aware, the economic might of the world is shifting slowly from the Western countries to the Eastern and Far Eastern countries. Hyderabad happens to be in the middle of the developed West and the developing and already developed several Southeast Asian nations. So we have to exploit this. Why I keep mentioning this is that actually, see, very few cities in the world have the advantages that Hyderabad has. In terms of geographical location, we are ideally placed. We are not near a sea coast, so we don't have the problems of either cyclones or tsunami. We don't have the geographical limitations of many cities of the world which have normally, see, you have on the one side you have a sea coast or you have a river, some constraint or the other. You don't have for Hyderabad that kind of a location. We are not in a seismic zone, so we don't have the threat of earthquakes. So as many of you are aware, now almost all the top companies, the global top companies, are locating their second capital after their American campus. Hyderabad they have chosen, and we have an excellent, our minister, Mr. KTR is there to market Hyderabad as a global city. And right now I'm coming from assembly today, whole day we had discussion on the budget for 21-22, the financial year 21-22. He was explaining the vision of Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. KCR, for Hyderabad city. He says, normally any city will have 2 constraints. One is the traffic congestion constraint. The second one is water problem. Okay. So, Honorable Chief Minister's vision is that actually, see, let us plan for 2050 requirements. Because we have to realize one thing. India is still in the very early stages of urbanization. Only 30% of Indians are living in cities, in urban areas. Whereas if you see even the most backward countries, several backward countries have already crossed 50% of urbanization. If that happens, today Hyderabad is 10 million plus city, 1 crore population is in Hyderabad. So imagine in 2 decades from now, Hyderabad may have either 1.5 crore population or the way it's growing, it may be even 2 crore population. So Hyderabad has to cater to the needs of at least 2 crore population, 1.5 crore to 2 crore population, that is 15 million to 20 million population. So keeping that in mind, so Chief Minister's orders are that actually let's cater for the Hyderabad's requirements up to 2050. Okay? Hyderabad shall never have water problem. Chennai, for example, you will have to carry water tankers actually by trains, actually by rail. Okay? You have seen Latur, same thing happened actually, see, last year, Indian Railways was taking water actually to those cities. Most of the cities have this problem. So Hyderabad will never have. So we are connecting both from Krishna and Godavari to Hyderabad city so that it will never have water problem for the next 5 decades or so. So this kind of vision actually Chief Minister has got. The second problem, normally what you have is the traffic congestion. As more and more people come to the cities, more and more vehicular population. You know, in India, only 7 out of 1,000 people have vehicles. Whereas if you go to the developed West, every second person has got a car, as it is happening in Hyderabad and many other Indian cities now. Every rich family has got 4 cars, 5 cars, 6 cars, God knows how many cars they have got. If that happens, you will not be able to move an inch in any of the Indian cities. So to solve that, public transportation is the only solution. That's how Hyderabad Metro we constructed in a unique way for the first time in the world actually. See, he said it's one of the toughest projects in the country. It's not one of the toughest projects in the country. It's perhaps one of the toughest projects in the world actually. See, for the first time, there are 250 metros in the world. Hyderabad Metro is the only one which is constructed with private sector money, whereas all other metros actually they were constructed with government money, that is your money and my money. Okay, I took it up as a challenge. I said we will construct Hyderabad Metro as a PPP project, public-private partnership project. The whole world wrote it off. They said it's impossible. It's not possible to build. Even the most advanced countries like America and the European countries could not build their public transportation system with private sector money, so it's impossible. So we proved to the world what India is capable of. That's what Dr. Manmohan Singh told me at that time. You proved to the world what India is capable of. That's how we have constructed Hyderabad Metro as a public-private partnership project with private sector money. 90%, 20,000 crore project this is. Okay, 90% of the money came from L&T. L&T again, for the first time, they have invested in a city. Okay, for the first time. That such a huge amount actually they have committed to one city. So like that, if I keep talking about the advantages of Hyderabad. So the point I'm making is that actually see already we have all the important areas of the city are connected by Hyderabad Metro in phase 1. We have 3 corridors, 69 kilometers are already operational. People are enjoying. Whether you stay in Nagol, Uppal area, LB Nagar area, Miapur area or any of the outskirts actually, you can reach this spot in less than an hour. It rarely happens in a city unless you have a good public transportation like that. So, but the most important thing is that real estate is not the one which drives a city. In fact, it is a city that drives the real estate. Okay? But real estate actually has to play a complementary role as ultimately why do we come to cities? We were all happy in villages. Why do we come to cities? We would like to have better living conditions. But unfortunately, in the cities, what is happening is that the pollution levels are increasing. People are not happy. So, all of us have to realize that this is our city. Please go anywhere in the world. Singapore, the same guys, say, our people only, when we go there, we are scared of spitting there. We are scared of throwing a small paper. Speck of dust is not there actually, see. The same guy, here, I have seen people, BMW, Merc, everything, you unwind the door and he just spits right on the road actually at the signal. Why do we behave like this? Abdul Kalam, when he was the President of India, he wrote messages to mails to so many people. Said, why can't we behave? And our industries, top industries, when they go abroad, when they take the dog for a walk actually, they carry a shit bag actually. So they have to, because you can't allow a dog to spoil the street there actually. And similarly, see our sidewalks. Every one of us is misusing our sidewalks. Not only that, you have property in a place like Banjara Hills or Jubilee Hills, okay? You've got 1,000 square yards house, 1,000 square yards property is there, house site is there. Unless and until you occupy at least 100 square yards in front of your house, you are not happy. Okay? Why do we behave like this? Go anywhere in the world. Nowhere in the world actually they misuse the space that is available, that is supposed to be sidewalk for public to walk actually. A city which cannot be used for walking is not a city worth living actually. We have to realize that, but unfortunately most of us misuse. We try to occupy the front space. Same is the case with most of the traders. They try to, the shop is there, they want to further extend to the sidewalk, part of the road also. I've dealt with, mercilessly, I have demolished about 3,000 properties to build Hyderabad Metro. Mr. K.T. Rar told me, why didn't you show, actually you have been giving so many presentations, you talked about sidewalks of different parts of the world, etc. Why don't you show an example in Hyderabad? So I took it up as a challenge from Jubilee Hills, road number 36, that station was there, road number 36 station, from that junction, the checkpost junction, up to high-tech city, 5 kilometers, practically every property, whoever occupied front portion have demolished, and we have constructed that beautiful designer sidewalk. People are happily walking. So that's what is required. All of us have to own this city. This is our city. We have to live here. By living in city, actually all of us are losing our lifespan actually. See, lifespan is getting reduced by 5 to 8 years by living in cities. So we have to improve our lifespan, we have to improve our working conditions, our living conditions. Life is there to enjoy, city is there to enjoy. City is not for cars, city is for people. City is for people to come enjoy, come in the open and enjoy. So this is what is required. So I request all of you, especially the builders and all of us, will have to put our shoulder to shoulder, we have to rebuild this city, make it a beautiful city. Hyderabad has got everything in terms of climate, in terms of the diversity of population, in terms of language, in terms of culture, everything. Hyderabad has got everything going for it. We have to make this city again a great city, and all of us have to enjoy. So with these words, thank you very much for giving this opportunity, and I congratulate Vasavi Group for on this auspicious occasion of launching these 3 great projects. So all the very best, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.